YouTube family. This is Mika Coleman with Tax Deed and Overage Education. My company is called Leverage. You can see my link down here. It's Leverage MDB if you want to know more about my courses and what I offer. Also, too, there is a free guide if you're interested. I also am promoting my book this month. It is The Best Kept Secrets to Real Estate. It teaches you how to invest in tax deeds and overages. So if you're new to this channel and you haven't heard of it and you're new to this niche and you're still on the fence, this is a great resource to tap into to give you some knowledge on how to get started in this industry. But like I said, today we're going to talk about mastering cash flow in real estate. And I'm so excited to talk about this topic because back in, 2008, 2009, well, a little bit before that, you guys, I was on the trajectory to retire, by the age of 40 before 2008, 2009. And one of the things I was sadly disappointed is because I did not expect the market to crash and crumble. And it was kind of like a trickle effect. And, everybody talks about, real estate is like one of the number one ways to get wealthy. It is true, but no one really talks about the downfalls and the peaks and the valleys you have to go through to get there. And even with a mentor, sometimes people do not teach you how to overcome the unexpected. And so that's why I felt it was really imperative that I talk about mastering cash flow in real estate, because at the end of the day, who doesn't want cash flow? And I'm not talking about you go to work and then you have to get the cash flow. I'm talking about effortless cash flow, something that you don't have to leverage, something that you don't have to get a mortgage or have good credit or, get financing on. And I'm going to talk about my two passionate subjects, which is tax deeds and overages. And so today I'll start with overages. A lot of people ask me if they do the one-on-one, they're like, where do I start first? Do I start with tax deeds or do I start with overages? And work with me, because at the end I'm going to tell you how you could cash flow in this game without having a mortgage and not investing a whole lot of money or over leveraging your personal credit or over leveraging your credit. Because what happened to me in 2008, 2009, I walked away with having to sell all my properties, having zero cash and no assets. And so from that, I told myself that if I was to ever invest in real estate again, number one, I would not affect my personal credit and I wouldn't over leverage. At the time, I didn't think I was over leveraging because I bought a lot of things cheap. And my renters, I was about to say apartments, my renters was paying my mortgage. So it wasn't that it was a bad idea, and I was looking for the long game because I wanted to retire by 40, and at that time I was in my 20s, so I was 20 years in, half the properties would have been paid off, but I did not prepare for the downfall, and no one taught me that. And everyone was just about, buy properties, get cash flow, but no one talks about when a renter leaves and they trash your property, and then you have to not only pay the mortgage because they left, but now you have to do extra costs in cleaning and basically rehabbing the property all over again. No one talks about the bad things. However, I do have a solution on how you can eliminate all those problems. So if that was you and you've done rental properties and you dibbled and dabbled in real estate and you're just I know I could make money, I just don't know how, just keep listening, because tax deeds, I'm going to start with tax deeds. I'm sorry, I got off the subject when people are asking me to coach them, where do they start? Should they start with tax deeds or overages? And I believe that if you have money, tax deeds is a little bit more of a short-term gain. Now, I'm going to give you a disclaimer. Depending on the state you're in, you can literally triple, double your money if you're purchasing straight tax deeds. What that means is that if you purchase a property from the tax deed auction, you will get a deed. Now, not to keep this video too long, there's several different type of deeds that you get in a tax deed auction, but the ones where if you were looking for quick flips or you were looking for quick wholesaling, you do want to do counties that have straight tax deeds, which means there's no redemption, meaning that the owner doesn't have a certain period of time to come back and get their deed back. So if you are wanting a short term and you have money and you want a quick double your investment, like a 50% ROI, return on your investment, when you buy right, let me do that disclaimer too, when you buy right, you can literally double your money with tax deeds. Now, if you don't have a lot of money and you're wanting to make money off of a very small investment, you do have to invest your time. There is some type of exchange. However, the ROI is infinite. You literally, I tell people all the time, I don't think I've spent more than $300 on overages. And now I'm kind of switching up because normally I used to pay for everything. Like I would pay for the FedExing, I'd pay for the notary. I would just pay for it, and it's a very minimal. Like on a $300,000 overage, if you were able to get 30% of that and you only had to spend $200, would you do that? I think you would. Every day, all day, people would just do that every day, but that is not often the case. So I always tell people overages is more of a long game. It does take time. I feel like my turnaround time may be a little bit different. Number one, because I've been doing it for a while. Number two, I do have some real estate knowledge. And number three, I love talking to people. Like, it does take time. Like some claimants, it's like you have to call, you have to talk, you have to build rapport. So I think I kind of have that as, one of my tools in my tool belt. So I think those are some of the good things you need. Now, one of the things that I feel like in overages, I wish I had a really good knack in is, skip tracing. I just don't. I have to hire that out every time. Now, there are times I have found overages, the claimants, but they were like easy to find. But the hard ones are mostly like the corporations, the LLCs and the S Corp. Sometimes those are a little bit more challenging depending on what state you're in, because some states have it all out there for you, the phone number, the name behind the corporation. So it really depends on the state. But back to the topic about how to master cash flow. I believe in this niche, you can master cash flow twofold. One is short term, which is your tax deeds, and then overages is the long term. And if you do them both, it's almost like a what do you call those, seesaws? Like it's up and down, because you may go to the auction, which is your short term gain, your short term where you're wanting to get money, you may not win anything. And then you have your overages where it may take you 3 to 6 months. But if you can synchronize the two, you can have effortless cash flow without having to leverage your credit, your cash. I shouldn't say cash, guys, but your credit. And cash is like, to me, the tax deeds, you literally can leverage your cash, but not as much. Like when I first started in real estate, I was asking my mom to borrow against her 401k like $100,000. Now that I know what I know, with $100,000, I could probably buy half of a county, depending on what state I'm in. Disclaimer, because it really depends on what state. I think I did a video, I don't know if I put it up, where I was saying if you found out if you could buy a property that's $2,000 but it's worth $50,000, I would send you a free book. I'm saying that all to say that what I've learned over these many years investing in tax deeds, that there are properties out there for anyone's budget, and I would encourage you and empower you to tap into this niche called tax deeds. It's a little different than tax liens. I always tell people tax liens is more of a certificate. You're getting a piece of paper. You're not getting the property. initially you can, but that it's a process. So I feel like tax liens are for people that really want to grow their money, and tax deeds is for people that want like a quick flip, or they want to deal with properties. I just like tangible things. Like I want to touch, feel, and be like, if I bought this, this is what I can do with it, and I can exchange it. I don't have to wait over a period of time. But to wrap this video up, I just would like to tell you that in order to master cash flow, you have to have some what do I want to say? I can't think of the word. I just lost my thought. What I want to say is you want to have something that can exchange from the other. So like if you don't win in the tax deeds, you still have the overages. And if you combine them, you can create consistent cash flow without the stress. This has been one of the best strategies that I've used, because I own about 5 or 6 tax deeds now, and I do not have to stress because there's no mortgages on them. And I'm so proud of myself, because I made a promise to myself that if I was to ever continue to invest in real estate, which real estate is my passion. At first, before I was unlearned, I didn't think that it was a possibility to own property without credit or a loan or a mortgage. But this niche, you can literally own properties without a mortgage, and you won't break the bank. And over time, those properties grow. Like I have a few in Oklahoma, and I have people call me every day. Now I paid $2,000 for them. People call me all day long asking me for 60 or 70, but my for Oklahoma, it's a long game. I sold one property and got all the money back for all the other 5 that I had purchased. But that's, everybody's strategy is different. But I wanted to encourage you and empower you that cash flow can be possible in this niche. I hope this video helps. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new to my channel. Happy investing, you guys.
That's all, folks.